Number one reason I believe moving back to New York saved my life is because I don't have access to my car. I left my car in South Carolina because I knew from being a New Yorker that I would have nowhere to park. And I remember the anxiety I used to have living in New York, worrying about alternate side of the street parking, worrying about tickets, worrying about my car disappearing, losing sleep at night behind a car. So I knew this time I was like, Roz, you are not bringing that car up. You were used to riding a train at one point in your life before you had a car. Now, I did have a car in New York for a few years before I moved to South Carolina, but I'm telling you, I had enough years in New York with that car to know that although I would kind of miss it, I knew I would be okay considering where I'm living. I'm on the train line right now. I can get on the train. I can get on multiple buses here. I don't have to worry about moving my car twice a week. And most importantly, I am doing so much more walking now. It's like I hit my Fitbit goals without even trying now. It's a half a mile to the train station, and I know that sounds like a lot to people who aren't used to walking, but a half a mile really isn't that far. It's really not. And actually, if I go to my friend's house, who also lives by the train station, I still have to walk another mile from the train station to her house. So I'm getting a mile and a half of walking in without even trying. And it's like the best thing in the world because I feel better and I feel like I'm accomplishing something every time I walk out the door. The one thing I didn't like when I was in Charleston is that I didn't really feel like I had an option to just walk out the door and walk without looking like I was homeless or something was wrong with me or I was poor. You know, there's all these connotations in the South when you see somebody walking that are triggered because you're so used to seeing people in a car. And it's like if you see someone on a bike, you think they got a death wish because you know from living in South Carolina that people can't drive. I'm just saying South Carolina. But it's like outside of that, you really don't see a lot of people walking in South Carolina. I mean, if you find sidewalks, that's shocking to even see a sidewalk. So it's like I always found when I was in Charleston that I had to find some place to go. So I had to get in my car and drive to some place to walk. And now I just got to walk out the door and there's thousands of people doing the same thing I'm doing, which is walking. And it's like the greatest thing. So I don't miss my car right now. And well, I lie. Sometimes I do miss it, but only like if I need to get to some place that it would trouble me to get to without a car. You know, like I kind of want to go to IKEA, but I really need the car to get out there. But on the other hand, I probably really don't need to be at IKEA. And if there's something I really need at IKEA, I can always order it. So, so be it, you know. There are some inconveniences, but it's not a bad thing. So thanks for visiting my channel. And don't forget to subscribe and smash the like button because if you don't, you won't know I dropped another video. And I will talk to you soon. Bye.